Those, potholes happen during the winter with all the salt and the freezing and stuff.
Oh, yeah, that's what you think.
Yep, we get them fixed right by the end of September.
You'll never get them fixed. There's no way you can.
What?
I know. These potholes were made by the Twitch troll.
What do you mean?
Underneath the local Twitch just over there lives a little hairy troll. He comes out in the winter with his little shovel, and then he commences to make some holes. He's a pothole maker, that stupid foul troll. I'm a troll hunter, I'm gonna get his soul. I will kill him, not like Santa, cause that wouldn't be so nice.
No, that would be. But, you know, that might really help the town.
That's what I'm here for.
Because these troll holes have really taken their toll. So you're here to steal his soul?
Yeah, so those troll holes won't take their toll on your souls and many other. I took a poll.
I was gonna say, we've taken a few polls and everybody wants those holes in that troll.
Now, have you known for a while that it was actually a troll, or did you think it was just a natural occurrence?
I didn't think it was natural. I thought it was the weather, which is in a certain sense natural, but the engineering of the surfaces and the asphalt and the crevasses combined with weather and liquefaction, you know.
You must be in government.
Yes. I'm the ombudsman of Midland.
Oh, yes, I've heard about your
Yes,
work.
I was the only one who didn't screw up in that whole damn thing.
What do you mean?
You see, a couple of years ago, we had way too much friggin' water blow. It really started to go and flow, and you'd hated to see that damn go. It cracked, and then it ruptured too, and then the water started to flow and spew. It was bubbling as it went down the stream. It was like an underwater nightmare dream, because the dam, it just made lots of more potholes, and all the time we had one friggin' laughing troll, and we didn't even have a reason to take that poll when the dam broke and we lost control.
I see.
And welcome. It's the early morning Sunday show, you know, blah, 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 blah. The same thing's been going on for, 6 years, 7 years. I don't even know how long I've been doing this. For God's sakes, can't headbutt me, just sneezed all over me. Makes me spill some coffee. Urgh. He's going to be a feisty one today, isn't he? Okay. Well, the opening was going to be Christmas lights, but last night I went to a concert comedy show from a couple guys from Whose Line Is It Anyway? Colin Mockery and Brad, someone from the show. I loved watching that show when it was on Drew Carey, and so they came to Midland. Third time here, but I've never seen them, so I went in. Great show, very funny. The opening, that was a kind of a thing they were doing about history of Midland, some things that happened. We have what's called the Tridge. The Tridge, it's a bridge that goes 3 different ways. It's what we're famous for. They brought up history. So they were singing about the flood, and because we're in Michigan, potholes. So that's what that was all about. It was very funny. So really good time. Thing is, there was a blizzard going on. Our first big snowfall of the year. And so a lot of people couldn't get there. Luckily, you know, I live in town. This is in town. It isn't like we're in a big city, so it wasn't a problem. But it was such a heavy snow. I got branch. I mean, we're talking, I got one tree that snapped off. I got another one that's just, it's terrible. It's, what a mess. It was such a wet, heavy snow. So the snow blower is just going to go, I'm not liking this, it's just a god awful mess. It's supposed to be maybe some more snow coming. Winter Wonderland, but my big tree is going to cost me some money. Looks beautiful, but this is a mess. Supposed to go to a record show tomorrow down in Ann Arbor, a couple hours away. We'll have to see. Some more snow, high winds coming in, Arctic chill coming. I mean, it's just, let's just check everything off that says suck. Everything that sucks about winter is happening right now. But Jim Gleason, the guy I do my podcast with, two guys talking about records, and the local owner of the record store, we were going down to this to see this record show. I've never been there. It's a very big one, but we'll have to see how the weather is, and that's going to be part of our podcast. We're going on the road. Our podcast was going on the road. Okay, but we're going to show some music anyway, even though he doesn't seem to like it. And we're going to begin with this. For those that like hard rock, you like the hard rock. All right, Graveyard is the name of the group. Total blind buy. It was on a some clearance sale, super cheap. I go, well, let's just try that. I don't know what I'm getting. And it's a group from Gothenburg, Sweden. How about that? I didn't know that. Group formed in 2006 and is still going on. It is a hard rock, blues rock, and occult rock. I'm not even sure what occult rock's all about. Obviously, it must have something to do with the devil. I don't know. Hey, Final Douche, Sam. You would know, but here we go. So this is the group, and the members came from two different groups. One of the groups was Witchcraft, and the other one was Albatross, and they put out 6 albums. So this is their second album, and it's called Hisingen Blues. A little hype sticker, super exciting, I know, and there we go. That's the group. They're looking good. And this is like bare bones boogie. It is as if you found an album, a rare album from the 1970s hard rock album. That's what's like think 1971. And it was at one of these, that Dylan from Noble Records would find and, reproduce again, and everyone would buy. That's what this is about. It's just, it is, you have the song, begins with ain't fit to live here. It just has this thunderous riff and these excellent guitar solos going on. There was Longing, which was kind of cool. It's you could say it is their ballad, which it's quieter. There's this whistling and organ going on. It's like it's an Ennio Morricone song. That's kind of the feeling you get from it. The Siren, the final song, 6 minutes. It starts off really soft, and then it just explodes with guitars and heavy. This album, for those that like to rock, I salute you, and you would like this. Graveyard, Hisingen Blues. Now, I don't know about the rest of the catalog. I know nothing about this group. Just a blind buy that I bought this before I said I'm not going to buy as many blind buys. That's it. But yeah, it was at a very good price, and it was really good. Very, very good hard rocking album. On Record Store Day, this is the album I was really excited to get, Under the Black Light by Jenny Lewis. I had bought this CD back when it came out. 2007 is when it came out. And I loved that CD. And I'd never heard of Rilo Kiley. It was the first time I had heard him. Hype sticker. Okay. Put that over there. Okay. So I bought this. I bought that CD, and I go, wow, this is so good. And I really played it a lot. And but it's never been put back out on vinyl. And it's so, after the flood, I don't think I might have saved the CD possibly, but I'm not quite positive. So when I saw this was on Record Store Day, they'd been doing a re-release of all their stuff. They finally had this one. I was super excited to get this. And again, Rilo Kiley was formed in '98. They broke up in 2013. So this is toward the end of their career. And this is like girl group soft rock, you could say, and even country tinged balladeering. You can hear how she would be going in her solo career. Jenny Lewis, the lead singer. And, she's made some great albums. Last year she had a fantastic album. And so you could kind of get a feel of where she would be heading. This is just, I really enjoyed this once. But not everyone did. A lot of the critics, or even a lot of you, have mentioned it's not your favorite Rilo Kiley, because it's much more polished, almost like a disco ball was tossed on it. Okay, so the songs is good songwriting. Jenny Lewis is good songwriter. And it looks like about moral backsliding and heartbreak. It's kind of what it's all about. But it's slicker than other Rilo Kileys. Since this was the very first Rilo Kiley I heard, this is what I thought the group should sound like. This is Rilo Kiley. Upon listening to their back catalog, because I was buying their other CDs, going, this is so much more different. This isn't like this. I don't think I like this much, because this is what I thought. Many years later, in retrospect, I could see what they're talking about. I still really like this album. There's Silver Linings on here, Dream World. I'm going to play you a sample of that. Under the Black Light. All very good songs, most enjoyable. And Jenny Lewis, her voice sounds great. Again, the guitars, everything's crisp and clean sounding. Really enjoyable. But I don't know. It wasn't what it was to me back then. It lost some of its shine, I think. I'm still happy, delighted to have this thing. You know what? I have no bones about it. But if I did like a ranking of all my record albums, it is not as high as it had been back when I heard it. So still enjoyable. Happy to have this thing from Record Store Day. Don't get me wrong, but not quite as much. And there's boobies. Okay. Yeah, they're drawings, but that's the soft porn you're getting for the day. Sorry. For those that tune in for that. Yeah, I know there's a few of you, so I got some stuff coming. Here we go. Iggy Pop, the idiot. All right. Iggy Pop's first solo album came out in 1977. What makes it interesting is Iggy had just checked out of a self-imposed visit to a mental institution, trying to get himself cleaned up, straightened up. And so he did the self-imposed, visit, or shall we say stay, at this mental institution. And so he was coming out, and he wanted to prove to the world that he just wasn't, a wasted case, that he really could do music and he could be serious. He got together with David Bowie. Him and David Bowie had a friendship, and David Bowie produced this album, and this is famously known as produced by David Bowie. And you can hear David Bowie, was working on the Berlin trilogy, and it's all over this. I believe they went to Berlin. That was all part of this, and it is definitely there. You have, a very, kind of these ominous bass lines going on. The guitars are more fragmented. It's his voice. It drops down to the famous baritone that we know so much that's in his solo work, but you really weren't hearing within the Stooges. Much more serious-minded. This is a great album. I used to have this, so I could have put this on midweek when I do that, but I just wanted to talk about it. He has such great songs as Night Clubbing, about the joys of decadence. And Night Clubbing, to me, was really made big by Grace Jones when she does this. There is a China Girl, which David Bowie made into a massive hit. Dum Dum Boys, which is really, it's a tribute to the glory days of the Stooges. Yeah, again, his voice is lower. There's a lot of darkness to this, but that's what the Bowie's Berlin trilogies. We think Heroes and Low and the Scary Monsters, very dark albums, and you feel that on here. So this is just one of those his favorite albums. And he even looks kind of dark and ominous. Doesn't he on that? Great thing. Sister Midnight's on here. So really, I was happy to find. I've been having a hard time finding this, especially a decent copy. There it was. Night Clubbing. The Idiot. I'm the Idiot. I'm an idiot. I can't see it right. Okay, Kent, you gonna leave me? If you are, I'm okay with it, man. I'll get over it. Give me your butt. Don't go on the record. Do not go on the records. Do not sit on the records. Yeah, don't crap at me. Okay, this group has a French name, so let's just say I'm screwed right away. Etienne. Etienne. Am I close? Etienne. Michael P. Dawson. Am I there? Group formed in London in 1990, and this was a CD I bought at the time, and I got sneezed on again. We are just color vinyl spectacular going on. Purples and yellows, and now we got some greens. Wow. This was formed a group by Bob Stanley and Peter Wigg. They were childhood friends, and these childhood friends, they decided we're going to become music journalists, and they did. Then they said we're going to make a fanzine, and they did. And they go, we're going to make a record label, and they did. And they go, let's make a group, and they did. That's good childhood friends, man. These guys really, they hung out a lot. And when they formed this group, Etienne, which to me looks like Saint Etienne. That's just what I would say. Come on, for God's sakes, that's a saint. But no, it's Francis. Bruno? Anybody? Okay. But they decide, hey, we're going to have a variety of singers. Well, Sarah Crocknell comes in, and they liked her so much that there are a couple different singers on this. It's their debut, but after that, it was Sarah Crocknell. She was the singer. And they've done 10 albums, but this was a big one. Not necessarily in the U.S., but I bought this CD when it came out and loved it. There was an air group, Germain. It's French. I'm saying it wrong. Doesn't matter. That was really good. And really what this does is it married the club culture with 60s pop and indie dance. And I mean, indie dance was really big in Britain. You think of the raves and everything, and that's what was happening and going on. This was big. It wasn't so big in the U.S. So the debut album, this one came out in 1991, Foxtrot Alpha, and it is was just huge. I loved the music of this thing. It really, it fused the grooviness of 60s swinging London with the, I don't know, shall we say, post-acid house scene. Maybe that's the best to say it. Fantastic. It was great music. I played this thing over and over. They do a cover of Neil Young's Only Love Can Break Your Heart, and I'll play you a sample of that. It was really neat how they took that song and made it into this dance type thing. They had I don't know what else was on here. They had the hit Nothing Can Stop Us From Here. At least it was a hit in the UK. Not so much here. This is lovely, accessible music. It's something you put on, you just hear it, you can feel the groove of it. Very nice. It's not like a graveyard, rock. But I guess if you take ecstasy or something, it sounds even better. I don't know, but beautiful stuff. Really, always love this. They reissued it, found it, and go, God, let me buy that again. Is it as great as when I remember buying it the first time? No, it's not. I still like it a lot, but again, not quite to when I was 1991. I would have been 32. So yeah, that was half a lifetime ago. It's serious. That's half a lifetime ago I bought this. Wow, on CD. Where's time go? Okay, how about let's go to Boston here. We'll move along here. Mission of Burma, a group that was formed, Boston group, 79 to 83, post-punk. They did form again in 02 to about 20, but broke up or whatever. This was called the Boston Avant Migraine Pioneers. They were loud. Very loud, and then they just cranked it up more. Oh, for God's sakes. Sit. So, all right. So let's talk. This is a live recording, and the horrible truth about Burma. And what it was is they took, this came out in 85, but it's from 83 live tours, and the songs on here were they put on songs that were not their hits. They put on songs that hadn't been released. So it's like, hey, we're giving you some new songs, but they're live versions. If you've never listened to Mission of Burma, this is not where you want to go. Really, they had 2 studio albums before this, and they're both great. I got them both, and I really, really love them. It's just a great group. Some have called it, though, the planet's most grating guitar sound. And the guitar sound is pretty hard. I mean, this is hard stuff. It's loud, it's fast. But on here, they do a cover of the Stooges, 1970, and they do Pere Ubu's Heart of Darkness, which makes it kind of fun. Not for beginners, but Pere Ubu, excited to have that. Out of Speaking of Boston, we got the Lyres. I bought this in Puerto Rico, not Puerto Rico, Puerto Rico, and it comes in. This is a Spanish black from Spain. did this. That's Studio Rare Tracks. And this was the Lyres, another great Boston band, garage rock, formed in '79, still going. This is a little different. Side 1 is just some outtakes from 1980, and side 2 is outtakes from 1983, and when they were doing Friar. It's just they are a great rock and roll band. That's what I can say about the Lyres. And you know, they love garage rock, and you can just hear that 60s garage rock feel on this, but yet it's hard. They come out just hard. Got this Fatso organ, screaming guitars, just pounding drums are on here. And I guess what I've heard is an extremely powerful live band. Both of these, I mean, Boston had just a hell of a scene going on there in the early 80s happening. The Del Fuegos then came after this. And so much great music came out of Boston. Maybe still does. I haven't kept up with Boston, but I know in the 80s, wow, Boston was big. Minneapolis was taken off with Uskadoo and Replacements, Urban Guerrillas. Final one, let's go to Australia here. We have this. This is the Psychedelic Porn Crumpets. Yes, the Psychedelic Porn Crumpets. Out of Perth, Australia. Formed in 14. Isn't that something? Wow. Wow. Now, we've done you a lot of colors. How about, that looks like a Psychedelic Porn Crumpet kind of thing. A little different there. And anything else in that thing? Oh, let's just pull that out. Yeah, just the lyrics. So, this was a complete blind buy. Why did I buy it? Because it had a name, Psychedelic Porn Crumpets. How bad could that be? I mean, it must be great. I bought this when I was down in North Carolina with Dave, the Vinyl Ambassador, and everyone else as we were doing Noble Records and many other record stores. So I saw that sitting there, and I asked her, hey, anybody know about this? He goes, well, I don't know about if you want to buy that. Everyone kind of just said, maybe that's not what you want to buy. But I said, well, that looks so cool. I'm just going to buy it anyway. And I remember when I first put it on, I go, oh, maybe they were right about that. I should not. Repeated listenings, I've gotten to like it better. This group's done 6 albums, kind of psychedelic rock. This is called Shiga, S-H-Y-G-A, Shiga, the Sunlight Mound. I'm sure that's a Australian thing. Ben, Mike Rankin, let me know. And yeah, this is, oh boy, how could you, yeah, I guess, the group got together by a drug dealer, supposedly. They had a mutual drug dealer, and they all got together. And the name, the Psychedelic Porn Crumpets, supposedly came just because they liked the sound of it. I don't know. But it's high, this is high energy, psychedelic haze, I guess, type music. There is a pop feel to it. And, so you can hear that there's guitars, and there's just screaming guitars all over this thing. It slows at times, but it is, think more kind of like Tame Impala or even some King Gizzard going on. You could say everything sounds like King Gizzard because they do everything. So, well, that's King Gizzard. I could do every album here. That's King Gizzard. But this, there is that feel in there. And so, I bought it for the artwork because I thought, oh, wow, this should be really psyche. And I like it better now. Is it like a go-to album that I yank out? No. Is it one that I say I got to get rid of? No. Is it one that sits for a long time before I visit it again? Yes. Kind of where it ranks, but better with repeated listenings. My first go didn't go good, and I just, I've been meaning to show it forever. It's like, well, but now I've re-listened to it a number of times, and okay, it's not bad. Psychedelic Porn Crumpets. right, that's what we got today. We got a big day planned for me because we got this shovel like crazy or snow blow. We got to figure out how we're going to get someone to take down trees and branches and get rid of them. And yeah, it sucks. But the Lions are in the playoffs. They play Sunday night against the Rams, Matthew Stafford, and I am so excited about that. Michigan won the football championship. Not a big Michigan fan, but I'm in Michigan. I'm happy for them. Nebraska next year. Look out. Go Big Red. It's going to be our year. Wow. All right. Thanks, everyone. I didn't turn it for football, but it makes me happy. Bye.